He lives in San Antonio, but he's here tonight. So he has a heartwarming story. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together, Mr. Bill Powers.
Michael do a fabulous presentation. Yes, man. Most men do handshakes, right? Not us. We do a head shake. It's really difficult when you're at a seminar and you have to go to the bathroom and you're standing in line and people want to shake your hand, you know, so. I was watching a YouTube video a few months ago, and there I was telling my story, speaking in Japanese. Had no idea what I was saying, but I sure looked good. I'm in books, radio, television, and before I tell you how I got into these books, I have to correct something that Michael said during the demo. He was talking about the special waters, right? The 2.5 and 11.5. And he said they were what? Harmless. That's really not true. If you drink it, one side effect. Causes hair loss. Michael and I drink a lot of it. We don't have the PowerPoint tonight, I assume.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna have to wing it. These waters are harmless. But anyway, I brought a couple books that I'm in, and one is you don't want to be in, the other one you do. The one you don't want to be in is called, see that? Killing Cancer, Not People. This is stories in this book about people with what? Cancer. I didn't write the book. The man that wrote the book is Robert Wright. Didn't get the pun, okay? Is it late? But I'm in the book. I'm the one with the cancer, and I'm going to tell you how I got into this book. It was 2008, in November the 30th, that I was having difficulty swallowing. And I kept putting it off. And on November the 30th, 2008, my wife finally made me go to the doctor. And they did a biopsy. And 20 minutes later, the doctor came back and said, Bill had bad news and bad news. First bad news is you have stage 4 throat cancer. Second bad news is we can't help you. It's already spread to your lymph nodes, and if we don't do anything, you got 3 months to live. I should have never went to the doctor. I wasn't sick. I just couldn't swallow. I'm going to the doctor, I'm gonna die in 3 months. Stay away from doctors, please. It's not a good deal. So I did what everybody else does that has cancer. What's the treatment? Chemo and radiation. And I loaded up on chemo and radiation. They gave me 5 different chemos. First one, chemo don't work, give them another one. Next chemo doesn't work, give them another one. The last chemo they gave me of the list of 5 was called 5FU. That was a very bad chemo. I threw up 48 hours straight nonstop. Lost 60 pounds, couldn't walk. And for dessert, they threw in 32 days of radiation, 32 days in a row of radiation. Normally we have a PowerPoint, but I have pictures of my, what I looked like when I had cancer. And I have a handout for you. I'll give you complimentary. So you can have my story and take me with you. So I started chemo and radiation in January of 2009. They completed the chemo in April, and they said there's nothing else we can do. The chemo stopped the cancer from growing, but it wasn't going. And so they brought in a hospice nurse. I'm getting ready to check out, go be with the Lord, and all of a sudden, somebody introduced me to this technology. And that was Michael's father-in-law. Yes. Ed Johnson, who couldn't be here tonight. And the call went something like this: Bill, I have an answer to your problem. And when you're dying, you're looking for what? Hope. I was so excited. I said, what is that, Mr. Ed? He says, it's water from Japan.
Right.
I'm thinking to myself, I can't even drink water. If you undergo radiation, but throat cancer, it causes millions and millions of canker sores in your mouth, and had millions of them. And I had a feeding tube and a water port, drinking water, couldn't walk 20 feet. I'm gonna go to Japan, get some technology that I can't use, hope diminished.
Right.
He says, no, we're gonna do a demo. And the very first demo in San Antonio, Texas was April the 18th of 2009. And I couldn't get to that demo. I had a friend of mine named Saul that drove me to the demo. And I saw the same presentation you saw tonight, nowhere near as good as Michael's. He absolutely does the best demo. But two things at that demo caught my attention, and Michael covered both of them tonight. One was what Dr. Otto Warburg won 2 Nobel Prizes, and he said cancer cannot live in a what? Alkaline environment if you give it oxygen. So that gave me hope. The other one was in this book here, The Enzyme Factor by Dr. Shinya. What's he famous for? Colonoscopy, right? He invented it. And in chapter 1, page 1, he says twice, none of his patients ever had to face cancer again if they went on the alkaline diet and alkaline water. And he done how many procedures? 350,000. And I was thinking the other day, that's a lot of butts. So I ordered my machine on hope. I had no idea it was going to work. It was my last hope in April of 2009. Michael's talking about all the waters, right? The 2.5, the 3.5, the 4.5, the J5. I don't remember the buttons. I said that top button's got to be better than the bottom button. And I pressed the top button, put the hose in my mouth. Waiting for a miracle, nothing happened. I hadn't had water in there in weeks, but I stayed with it because I had hope. 20 minutes later, water started going down the first time. 20 minutes. 48 hours later, there were a canker sore and blister in my mouth. Wow. My hospice nurse, who had no personality, I called Nurse Ratchet, was totally blown away. She said, I have never seen anything like this in my life. And she said, can I try some of that water? And she always came in on a Monday and did the vitals, you know, in the laptop computer and punched it back to the hospital. I asked her if I could punch the numbers in and watch myself die. She didn't think that was very funny. That's why I called her Nurse Ratchet. She had no personality. Very professional. So I started drinking the water. 48 hours later, every canker, sore, blister, no mouth is gone. Wow. But 16 weeks from the day I started drinking the water, I went back for another biopsy. This time they did 3 of them. And every one of them came back cancer-free, cancer-free. Deathbed to cancer-free in 16 weeks. The water works every time, but we make sure that you do not tell people that the water heals. It's not the water that does the healing. It's my what? Immune system doing the healing. What the water did is got the immune system back in balance, and God is the one that healed me. Amen. So it'll be, this December, it'll be 9 years. Awesome. 9 years. What I did to exactly the way I drank the water for cancer, it's on this protocol in the back. My complete story's in here with photos, so I'm going to give that to you guys to take home. Come and see me after the presentation's over. So this is a book that you do not want to be in, although you want this book in your library. You need to order it, because you're going to run across people that have cancer. It's a good reference material. And he mentions in here about 200 different natural remedies for treating cancer besides chemo and radiation. But he said you had to pick one out of the 200, he would pick Kangen water, number 1. Yes. And Robert Wright devotes an entire chapter, chapter 6 in this book, to Kangen water. That's pretty powerful. Wow. Yeah. Plus my stories in here.
There you go.
book you do want to be in is how to do an Enagic demo. If Michael can do a demo, anybody can do a demo. If you've never seen a demo before and you came here for the first time, it's what?
That's a great book.
Yeah. It didn't take me long to write it. It's just totally blank, right? But after Michael did his demo, it started to come into focus. No, that's a figure you still think is totally blank. Page is getting sticky. Anyway, totally blank. But after my cancer story should be coming into perfect living color. So if you don't have a machine, join our family, join our mission. Let's make a difference in the world. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate it.